Hello, welcome to a new episode of our Behind the Window program. In this new program, I will introduce you to our CK412U glazing bead cutting machine. First of all, our machine consists of the CK412 main body. In addition to this, on the right side of the machine, there is the SKN301 automatic length stop. Along with this, there is also the DKN152 profile support conveyor on the left side of the machine. And in addition to this machine, to this set, there is one automatic glazing bead measuring device with a length of 3 meters. Now, I will give you information about the technical features in this set of ours. First of all, on our main machine CK412, there is a mold through which the glazing beads pass. This mold is provided as standard with the machine. There are 4 pneumatic vertical clamping pistons on the machine. The glazing bead is placed into these molds and secured via the button you see here, and the cutting process is performed in this manner. There are 2 sets of saw groups on the machine working at 90 degrees to each other. On each set, there are 2 saws with diameters of 200 millimeters and 103 millimeters. The cutting process is started by pressing a single button, and the saw set completes the cutting process by moving forward and backward. In the forward cutting process, it cuts the front edge of the glazing bead, and in the backward movement process, it completes the initial cutting process of the back side of the glazing bead. In other words, with a single movement, both the front and back parts, the back end of one glazing bead are cut. The saw group advancing on the machine can move forward and backward pneumatically, and this speed can easily be adjusted via the piston. The set and settings made according to 8 profiles on the machine are fixed with a mechanical memory. And when it is desired to work in the future, any profile set can be adjusted by moving the mechanical stopper here, thus preserving the previously set adjustments and starting the operation. Our SKN301 automatic stopper works coupled with the machine. According to the signal it receives from the machine, the stopping group here automatically moves according to the profile dimension to be cut. This conveyor group can operate both manually and automatically. I will briefly mention its automatic operation to you in a moment anyway, and later we will explain it in more detail during the trial cuts. The control unit screen of the machine is right here. Manual operations are performed from here to execute the glazing bead cutting processes. The greatest feature of the machine is that the measurements taken from the window via the measuring rod you see here can be automatically sent to the conveyor to perform the cutting process. Along with this set, an automatic measuring device with a length of 3 meters that enables the measuring process is provided as standard. Our automatic measuring device consists of 2 rods with a length of 1.5 meters, and they can be mechanically joined to each other. The digital measuring apparatus we see here is placed on the frame and moved, and the measurement here is automatically sent to the conveyor by pressing a single button. Then, the other measurements of the frame are taken in this manner, and by pressing a single button again, the measurements are sequenced one after another as jobs on the machine. And after the operator finishes the measuring processes here, they can complete the cutting process by giving a start command from the screen. This is the general information regarding the machine. However, for the purpose of a more detailed cut, for testing purposes, I invite our colleague Ahmet from our technical service department here. Together with him, we will perform the trial cutting operations. Hello, Mr. Ahmet, welcome. I have talked about the general technical features of the machine. I would be very pleased if you could also perform some cutting operations and talk about how the cutting process is done, how the measurement is taken, and how it is sent to the machine.
Of course, first of all, I need to enter the dimension I am going to cut from the screen section. I select the manual cutting section.
This is the manual cutting operation.
Yes, in the manual cut, I enter the dimension I am going to cut. For example, 632 millimeters. Then, I enter my quantity in this section. For example, I enter a value like I will cut 9 pieces or 12 pieces.
Yes.
Afterwards, when I press the start button, my stopper automatically comes to the desired dimension by itself. A yellow light turns on once on it. This means I am ready. After that, I bring my glazing bead here. I place it into my channel. And I lean it against our stopper.
Yes.
Afterwards, I will close my clamps.
Yes.
As soon as I start my motor and press the start button, the operation will start directly.
Yes, the cutting process will be completed.
I am starting it. Let's cut.
It performed the cutting process, 2 cutting processes at the same time here.
Yes. I press my clamp button again. And we take our cuts.
During the cutting process, that is, it cut the ending part of the other profile and the starting part of the second profile.
Yes.
Here, additionally, a chamfering process was also performed right here with our small saw. The small saw with a diameter of 103 millimeters. This is a chamfering process carried out to cover and eliminate the protrusions caused by the gasket formed during welding, so that it does not pose any obstacle. Yes, this manual cutting process is like this. Let's also show the automatic cutting process.
Of course, let me turn off my motor right away. Yes. Here in my hand, I have a measuring device that you mentioned. My measuring device has a reference notch. I lean the reference notch against it. Here, I also lean the other side of our measuring device. And the moment I press the set button on the screen, the yellow light turns on as my warning light anyway, and the information is sent there. From this side, I press the set button again in the same manner, and its information is sent. Of course, our screen needs to be in the cut from list menu. Of course.
Yes, that's important. The program sequences these commands, orders, requests one after another. After there are 15 of them, we can perform the cutting process. In other words, our machine can successfully perform both manual and automatic cutting processes. We have introduced our CK412U glazing bead, or in other words glazing bead cutting machine, to you as a set, along with the support and tests of our colleague Ahmet. We have come to the end of our Behind the Window program. Saying goodbye until we are together again in a new Behind the Window program.